I'm going to do something I don't normally do on these videos, and it's get a little personal, and it's a personal story about FHA loans. A couple with two kids, age 8 and 10, were first-time home buyers. They were in their early 40s, never thought they could afford a home. One was a substitute teacher for the public school system, and the other was a city bus driver. The dad liked landscaping and growing gardens so much that he actually did it for the landlord in this rented house, and he decided eventually it was time to own the house that he was improving. They applied for an FHA loan, and to their surprise, they were approved. It wasn't long before they moved in. The kids loved the property, playing with the dogs in the backyard, shooting BB guns, and the dad finally got his garden. They enjoyed Christmases and birthdays over the years, and eventually that house was paid off and became a great place to retire for the parents. And if you haven't guessed already, I was one of the kids. But the story might have ended very differently with the parents renting for another decade or more, thinking they could never qualify, not having those memories and not having that affordable place in retirement. Sadly, many people have talked themselves out of applying for a home loan because they don't think they can ever be approved. But here's a few things about FHA that might encourage you. Lower credit scores down to 580 might qualify. You might be eligible even with a lower income. Debt like student loans, credit cards, and auto loans don't automatically disqualify you from approval. You can use down payment assistance programs and even financial gifts from family to cover the down payment and closing costs. And mortgage insurance is often cheaper than with conventional loans, especially if you have a lower score. And will everyone qualify? Of course not. You have to go through steps and meet certain criteria, but you'll never know what those criteria are until you apply. But many people assume they'll just never own a home, and they continue renting for years when they don't really need to. They could be building generational wealth through home ownership and also providing a great place for their family. To learn more about FHA loans or to see if you qualify, visit mortgageresearch.com.